Welcome, one and all, to an attempt at something of a new video series where we check out Satisfactory. Great, thanks.
Steve, we haven't done these
You
for
like
a while.
that? See, it works.
It works, yeah.
The naming convention works.
I think it does. I think
We're checking out Satisfactory. If we look at it in 6 months, we'll check back in on Satisfactory.
Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll go.
The naming convention works.
We'll run with it for a bit and see how it goes. I mean, this might be the one and only ever do a video, so it doesn't really matter if it works or not.
Well, in fairness, we only did it a couple of times. I think we just called them We Play or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Stick with the goddamn You Play format, but
Yeah.
I prefer We Check Out and We Check In. But anyway,
Yes.
So Satisfactory.
Satisfactory.
And so recorded.
Yes. So this game is on. I think I've talked about it for the last couple of weeks on our podcast.
Engineering: the video game.
Pretty much, that's the one. So this game is in early access as a very obvious experimental build on Epic's Game Store. I think it's about $28 US. I think they don't have Australian currency in that store yet, so I think it's $28 US or something like that.
Well, you're doing talking. I'll check.
So yeah, so the game is currently it's only in various states of build. This is called Update 3, and it's only been out. This particular build's been out for about 3 weeks, or maybe a month or so now.
It is $29.99 US.
Okay, so your exchange rate may vary how much that actually costs you, but that's what it is US. You can do this multiplayer. You can actually have multiple players in the same environment and working together. But I'm just running this solo at the moment. The game basically starts out with you landing on an environment where you choose which one you land on. Each one has its pros and cons about what sort of resources are available to you and how far apart they are from each other and that sort of thing. So I've chosen that particular one, which actually got the most resources but far away. And when you start the game, you start in. I'm just going to quickly find the hub. So the game has you building all sorts of bits and pieces to ultimately build or feed things into that massive thing over there called the space elevator. It goes all the way.
The space elevator.
There's multiple phases to that. I've already done one of them. One phase.
Doom happens.
What's that?
You go up the space elevator and then Doom happens.
No, I don't go up it. The stuff I put into it does. It's rather boring, really.
But if you go up it, is that where Doom happens?
Probably.
This is the setup for Doom.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, what happens up there? I don't know. Anyway, so up there's a big space elevator, so you're feeding stuff into that. As you're progressing through the game, you're going to this hub terminal, and you're going through various milestones. Up to, I think it's tier 8, I think it goes up to. I don't know if they're going to add more after that. And in each tier is all these various upgrades that you do. And to upgrade it, you then got to get these milestone costs. You've got to have iron rods in this case, and cables, and concrete. And then you keep going through the tiers like that. So I'm on tier 4. I'm currently doing this one. So once I get that...
How many tiers are in the game and how many tiers are still to come?
Well, so far there appears to be 8. So I've got to do phase 2 of the elevator stuff, which is actually I know what that is at the elevator. Once I've done the phase 2, then the next 2 tiers will unlock in terms of these individual milestones underneath it. So you can see we've got phase 3. If I move slightly, let's just make it a bit easier to read. So we've got phase 2 there, phase 3, and phase 3. So I've unlocked all the way up to all the way through 3, and I've got this to do on 4. I've got to build, 50 encased industrial beams, which we'll try and work on a bit in this little session. And then once I've done that, I'll then have to go up to the space elevator, which is up through here, which is this massive thing. So I go all the way out there. And this requires me to feed it for stage elevator resource delivery number 2, 500 smart plating, 500 versatile framework, and 100 automated wiring. And then
wait a minute, does that mean you can't do the concrete stuff until you do those things?
No, I can do. I've done everything else. I just can't go on to the next tiers of the upgrade of the back of the hub until I've done that, because this unlocks 5 of 6 of the back in the hub. So I've got to make these things, feed it to this thing. When that goes up, then stage tiers 5 and 6 are unlocked down here.
But are you able to put the encased concrete beams up on the space elevator yet, or not?
I don't need to. I don't need to do. I only need that to make this.
Okay.
This thing. So you've got multiple things going at once. You're trying to build these milestones, which are to upgrade your abilities. As I unlock something here, like for example, if I get this, unlock hypertubes, which means these other things here, I now can get. So hypertube entrance is, what is it? Actually, I think I explained what it was.
The hypertube entrance is the entrance to the hypertube. Come on, man, it's not that hard.
This is for transporting Fixit employees. I work for a company called Fixit. That's the company that sent me down to the planet. So this allows me to do some sort of transportation around the planet.
Yeah, you can set up the dopest like water slide thing with that.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what this actually works. I'd like to use it because you've got an entrance, you've got a tube to support the actual tube, and you've got things you can actually make yourself, go up hills and elevate and stuff like that. So a lot of this game is engineering, as you sort of mentioned before, like the video game. So it is having things working, going to different areas, having pipes leading from one area to another.
What if you had that exit for the hypertube into a rock and just shoot out into the rock and die?
Don't know. I have driven myself over with my tractor, so that's entirely possible. I could kill myself.
Oh yeah, of course you have. Well, I'm not surprised.
You've also
know how to drive.
So I've also got a crafting bench where I can do things manually. So if I had the raw materials, I could make iron ingots, and that basically means I hold down the craft button here, and it just crafts it. So for example, if I wanted to make some screws, hold down.
There you go, encased industrial beam.
Yeah, so I can make some of them, but I've got to have more industrial steel beams, and I've got heaps of concrete. No worries about concrete. I've got bucket loads of it, so that's all good.
Get steel.
So we can probably do that relatively simply, but I don't really want to sit here and just hold down the bat for the next, 2 minutes while it does it. So that's one option, to do it manually. The other part of this game is
there's no way to set it off automatically, is there? Just click.
No, that's what I can do. So if I have
you got the steel, you can just go here.
Yeah. So if I've already got the steel and I've got the concrete. Thing is, the steel is currently over there somewhere, like about 100 meters, 500 meters in that direction, give or take.
So you clearly designed this really effectively, though.
Well, I didn't know I needed that until when I built the thing. So yeah. So I've got that. I've got the concrete here. So I could actually. What I'm thinking of doing is, if I can get my power sorted out, which is my current issue, which is why these generators aren't functioning.
Oh God! Looking at this power. Go back. Look at that power array, man. You're pissing me off.
What?
The spacing between.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to do it. I tried to be. They all line up with each other one way, but yeah, I haven't got the gaps right. I know.
Son of a bitch! You got the gaps on it wrong.
Yeah, no, my OCD kicked in as well. I can't be bothered redoing it, but yeah, anyway.
No, Graham, knock it down, rebuild it.
No, I'm not going to redo it. No, I'm not. I'll make sure the next two are good. We'll make that commitment.
Alright, if the next two are good and you get the spacing on it right, then it works. But as it stands right now, I'm very disappointed in you.
Yes, I'll make sure in groups of 3 they are working together. I'll make
yeah, groups of three is reasonable.
Yeah, we'll do that. What? So you've also got this man, which is a sort of a research thing. So if I gave this thing 5 alien organs, 10 mycelia and 100 frames, I would then build this. I could then research this medical inhaler, which obviously is a health thing. I've not done a lot with this,
which they stole from the outer worlds.
Probably, yeah. I say so.
Go and kill some aliens then. What are you doing?
It's not. The combat is actually not fun. That's the thing.
Of course it's not.
So
it's basically No Man's Sky. Of course it's not fun.
Yeah, I guess. And then I've also got an equipment workshop where I can build this cool nail gun. And I've also got miners and other bits of sort of. Actually, I might just quickly make some rebarb while I'm here, make some more bullets while I'm here. Yeah. So what I'm going to try and do, I need to sort out my water, because my water is causing the coal generators not to function properly.
I was going to say, just go to the fridge and get some. What are you doing?
Wish it were, if it were only that simple. So the generators. So in the recent build, which I'm now playing, this is the build 3. Generators had the requirement added to them of needing water, and they need to be fed water at 50 cubic meters a minute. Is that a minute?
That's not a measurement for water.
Yeah, I think it should be litres. Litres make more sense, but
Cubic meters.
But I think at one point it might have been litres based on some of the forums I've read. They sort of, I think, might have changed it from cubic litres to cubic meters
They'll
to
probably
litres.
correct all that shit in the final build or something.
Yeah.
Do some donuts!
This is my little tractor that I built.
That's a shit attempt at a donut, by the way.
This is not really a donut material, this machine, but I'll try and do my best. So,
jump some cliffs then.
That's about as...
That was a shit jump. It didn't even leave the ground, Graham.
No, it's not the fastest machine around, this one.
That's what
I'm hoping to find that, get that hypertube. I can get hypertube up to where I need to go.
Kill that big flying space manta ray.
You mean that thing up there?
Yeah, that thing. Kill it.
I don't think I've got the gun that'll get
It ate your father. Kill it. Use that shitty pea shooter.
Shitty pea shooter to get there. So way up here and then over to this hill and down to the left a bit is where we'll find my water. Now I think I've actually just stumbled across a bug, and I'm doing some research this morning. Is that there seemed to be a bug in the water extractions. Oh, there's one of these machines. There's one of these guys. These guys are nasty. They shoot.
Just run it over with the truck. Let's go.
It doesn't. They just bounce back up again. It's really irritating.
I was going to say, you're going over the hills and far away. Does that mean Teletubbies will come out to play?
Yeah, fire. Maybe. Oh, god damn it.
Man, if you run into Teletubbies in this game, I'm going to be freaked out. Tickety Tinky Winky. That dude's a creep.
And there he goes.
Do you know that Teletubbies aren't even the new thing anymore? It's all about in the night garden.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. When you work around kids, you tend to hear a lot of things about kids stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine.
These aren't even like... These are nearly adult kids.
And there are still... So Teletubbies are even a thing for adult kids? Or like were? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, yeah, cartoons like Rick and Morty.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so we're down here.
I saw you tried running over that other... not the bigger walker, but the little one that looked like the one you just shot. It kind of just went through the car.
Yeah, so... early access, all that sort of stuff. So... Running over them doesn't actually kill them. They basically come back after a little while, so you actually got to shoot them, and even then they even respawn later as well. So those I killed that bunch of enemies like a little while ago, but they respawn after a while, and I'm not really sure.
That was really weird when you were coming down that hill. The back wheels weren't spinning. Must have been because you had the brakes on.
Yeah, I did.
So the back wheels weren't spinning. The front wheels were. So I'm like, uh-oh, game's broken.
Okay, so this is the water extraction stuff that I need, and this is I think is what might be bugged. There seems to be an indication that the water extractors were actually bugged, and they fixed it in the build I've currently got. I'm hoping, and what I'm going to do is I'm just pressed basically remove, and the good thing about this game that you get pretty much everything back that you put into it. So if you do dismantle it, you don't lose resources. You get pretty much everything you get back. So that's really a good thing about it. So that's it gone. When you go into the build menu, you've got a bunch of stuff. You've got these special things. I don't really know what that's really about.
Awesome shop.
That's basically loot in a weird way. You put in your extra stuff and you get stuff back for it. Like credits to spend in the awesome shop to buy things. I'm not really sure what that actually is at the moment. I haven't done it yet. Productions where you're manufacturing stuff. You've got mining things. You've got water extractors, and then where it's basically, I just need to rotate it using the mouse button, and hopefully...
You gotta make sure you get the spacing on this one right.
Oh, this one doesn't do any snapping, which I think people have raised as a bit of a bug or a bit of an issue, so I can't...
It's probably not a bug, it's just probably not a feature they've implemented yet.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be better off sort of standing in front, like more square on it, so you can see where it's lining up with the other three buildings?
Yeah, the thing is, it's not even really that easy, because as I said, it doesn't... So if I stand there...
Oh, that should... Yeah, the only thing you're going to not be able to see really is the depth.
Yeah, so if I can't build there, it won't let me. It'll do this red thing.
Yeah.
So that's too shallow. But then I can build it right around there. I don't do that.
But that might not do the spacing right.
I'm not too worried about the spacing in water, if I'm honest.
I am, goddammit.
Well, you buy this game and buy it then.
I don't want him. I'm too stupid to buy this game. Are you kidding me?
Alright, so that's now built. Yeah, I might have got that.
I don't think you lined the pipe up.
I might have been lined up the pipe. Let's have a look. That doesn't look too bad. It's really struggling. Tell you what I'll do. I'm going into the water. I'm just going to bulldoze that and that and that and that. And
Did you
that.
delete the pipe from the other one or not?
No, just for that one, and then we'll just do that.
Oh, okay, it did line up.
Yep. So.
Oh, okay.
So now what we do is
So there is some sort of smart snapping and stuff
there
like
is
that.
there is a fair bit of smart snapping, so you don't have to completely manually line up everything.
So I'm going to do my head in if it didn't do that.
Oh, absolutely, would do mine as well. Now I've got
Zip lines.
so you've got hotkeys down the bottom as well, which are bound to certain things I'm doing a lot of. So here's power. So that's now spinning up. You can see it's starting to spin up. Now the problem before was the bug was that it would spin up like this and then just completely stop. So I'm hoping this.
I thought you were going to say it spins up and then just blows up.
No.
That'd be way funnier.
Yeah, it would be, but but this is just.
Well, that one next to it doesn't look like it's doing anything.
No, the other ones aren't even powered up, so they've got the same. They've got the bug from before. I'm hoping. So I'm thinking this. Hopefully, this will stay up and keep running and not just stop after a period of time.
Well, you can see some water going through it.
Yeah. So this is extracting water. So if you actually jump over, if I missed it, no, I missed it.
I'm gonna laugh. Can you get sucked into the water extractor?
Don't believe so. You can't even actually swim. All you can do is sort of sit on the surface.
Oh.
And it's still going, so I think that might have fixed my bug. And you can see it's actually producing. So it's taking 20 megawatts of power to power it. It's producing 1 unit of water every second, and it's running 100% efficiency.
No, it's producing 120 cubic meters of water per
minute. That's the most it can do. So that's the most it'll do.
Oh, okay. So that's not what that's not its actual. That's its ideal capacity.
That's the maximum it can do. If you go into
you just not link the power from that one to the one that's not working. If you link the power between those two, will the other two kick in?
Yeah. So it's not actually currently powered. So
yeah.
So because it's all running off those two generators. So what I'm actually now going to do is I'm actually going to join it. Actually, I won't do that at the moment. So if we look at the pipe here, it's not got any flow through it, which is what I was having the problem with before. Has it stopped functioning? God, I hope it hasn't. Is it still running?
Sounds like it's still running.
It's still running. So
how's the pipe got no flow through it then?
This is what I'm really. I must admit, I'm actually really kind of struggling with pipes at the moment to understand how they actually work. So one thing I read was you need to put a logistics. You need to put a pipeline pump right in front of it. Right in front of the.
There you go.
There you go. And now, that's also got to be
like
powered.
animation for the building.
Yeah, it's actually kind of neat. Like it just sort of magically appears. Now that's now.
Spin it back up again.
And that's now pumping. So that's pumping water. And you can see now that the little rings on the tube are moving right to left, which indicates the direction the water's going.
Moving around.
So they're going from right to left.
Yeah, you can see that slight movement. Yeah.
Yeah, so that means there's water flowing through them, and now it's dropped down again to 1. So this is what I'm really don't quite get how power generation water is working. So, and that's now stopped, and that's the bug I was having before.
Because when it went down, when it stopped before, it sort of spun down. So it's not exactly just stopping randomly; it's spinning down. So it seems like it may spin up again.
It should, but it should be constantly spinning. It should be constantly putting out water, and that's the sort of the issue I'm having. Is I just don't understand why it's now not doing anything.
Early access, yo.
So I'm guessing that's what it is. Like I've read various forums for it, it implies it's a bug. And removing and rebuilding like I just did would fix it, but that doesn't appear to be the case. Which is going to be a real problem because power is a big thing you've got to have in this game. And when I was doing I had the coal generators going before, I had really good power, it was going really well. Then the water just stopped functioning and then the whole power generator stopped and I was completely screwed. So, because you've got to keep feeding these biomass burners, which is the kind of the manual way of the previous way I had to do power generation, and you've got to keep feeding them, and it's an actual manual process, and it's an absolute pain.
So, I just typed in while you were talking. I looked up Satisfactory water, and there's a Reddit thread of someone who's a new player from 21 days ago who's having issues. He said basically, pull enough water to power the coal generators you have. Make sure your splits split the water evenly. No idea what that means.
Yeah.
And you need pumps on it.
That's what I've done.
Like right up on it.
Yeah, that's as close as the game will let me, and it's not working.
So does that mean now that basically the coal station has got enough water and it's sort of storing it?
Well, no, it means there's no flow at all. So you can see the flow rate is 0 meters cubed per minute. It needs to be something more than that, basically. And
Pump has a direction.
Yep, pumps in the right direction.
Yeah. If you're not in deep enough water, maybe.
That might be what maybe that's the problem. So maybe I haven't got enough deep enough water.
That doesn't look like particularly deep water.
Let's move it way out. Let's get rid of all 3 of them.
Because you just keep the piping.
Yeah, we'll just get rid
I mean, you don't have pumps on those other ones, though.
No, but so that's what I was sort of looking at before. Is I had this one. I'll get rid of that one too, and I'll get rid.
I would have said just leave that pipe.
Just get that one there, and we'll just make this thing way out.
You get rid of that cross section of that pipe. It's annoying me. It's just sitting there doing nothing.
Let's go way out over here then. Way out. How far can I go out? That far.
Well, is that like you can't see the depth of that though? Rob?
I don't know how. I mean, I can't.
Can you go out further on the water?
I can, but when after a period of time, I can't then. See, I can start swimming.
Sort of drown.
I start swimming and I can't control anything. I can't bring up the little builder thing.
Oh, well, that's good. And there's no sort of flotilla or no boats or anything?
So I can't. I can't swim at the moment. So what I can do though, I can build these things.
I'm not very good at swimming.
I can build these things, and these things are great because these things are magic. These things basically snap, and I can just build.
Yeah, it's the same as floor plating in No Man's Sky.
Yeah, so I can just keep on building, even sort of magically build like this, and as long as it starts on ground, you can sort of build anywhere you want, sort of thing. So I'm just going to keep building out here. Go in a weird pattern like this.
So if you just walk out to roughly that sort of deeper area.
So what do we do now? If we come out here, what do we got? How far? Alright, let's try that. I have no idea if that's even really that deep, but I like how it does this.
Is there any indication for water depth?
Not that I've seen. That's the sort of odd thing about it. So, alright. Pipe is too long. Pipe is too long.
You might need to put more of these plates on long so you can get a bit more.
Yeah, I might do that. I'll just see if this even works first before doing it. And there's that. And then jump to.
Oh, this pipe's not very straight.
No, it's not straight at all. And then we join.
Shit pipe, Graham. Shit pipe.
Yeah. Okay, my pipe is too long. Oh, what?
Yeah, that'll go.
No. There we go. It's not my best building, I'll be honest with you, but I'm not really. I just want to make sure it actually the concept works before I spend any.
This is not a final. This is an experimental build.
Experimental build of the whole.
Not the experimental build that the game actually is.
Yeah, exactly.
But this process is an experimental build.
Yeah, so let's just see. We've got a bit more things. I've actually got to get now.
I don't think you're going to run out before you can actually get out there.
Run out of what? No, I've got, yeah, you're right. That'll be right. That'll be fine. That'll be enough. We'll put a pole there. We'll pull that over to there. How far can we get? We'll put another pole there. And then we'll put that onto there. So now that should have power.
Do you already have that power, that little station back there linked to the power pole? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so it's already, so you can see it's
already.
already.
This would do my goddamn head in.
So it's now pumping, you see?
Yeah. So it's pumping.
It's pumping, it's up and down a bit in the what it's doing, but let's see if it actually stays pumping. That's the thing.
But you haven't put a pump on it yet.
No, so it's there is a bit of, like the actual extractor will do its own pumping.
Yeah.
And it will last a bit of distance before you then need more pumps to keep pumping the water further along.
That you put on the thing before, that was more for.
So that seems to be, that might actually have fixed the problem. Is I just didn't have it deep enough.
I wonder if, like, because it was pumping for about this much time.
Yeah, so we'll just see what it's like here. So if we jump into this little section here, we'll see what sort of. So that's going really well. That's saying 60 and then going up to higher as well, 70. So it might have been a depth problem rather than a than a bug
So
per
maybe-
se. Might have just been a
Don't,
bug.
I would say don't bugger off just yet.
No, it won't be. No.
Only until like just give it another minute or two, and then you can see
Yeah.
if the pump's actually working proper.
Yeah.
Proper.
Pump up, pump up.
I couldn't play this without having some podcasts or music on in the background.
Oh, I generally do.
Because this is
the true definition of a podcast game.
Yeah. This post synth wavy sort of business funky type. It doesn't have enough. Like the bass doesn't hit hard enough to be proper fun synthwave.
Yeah. You're not playing this game for the music, that's for sure. So it looks like it's going. Looks like it's stable at the
It would seem
moment.
that the depth was the issue then.
Yeah, it might have been depth as the issue. Yeah.
So now what you need to do is knock it all down and then straighten the pipes up.
I'll do that another session when I've got more. We'll check in a bit later. Check in a couple of weeks' time once I've built this up a bit more. But for the time being, let's just leave that.
We check in.
Yes.
So
now that I've got water pumping through, we should find that
I was going to say, if you go back to the coal station now, will that won't be working better?
they should be all working, which would be the thing I need because.
So how much water would you need to maintain the coal stations you've got?
So as long as there's 50 cubic meters flowing through the pumps, through the pipes, and they can feed 50 cubic meters, then that's all the generators need. And we'll actually know.
But does 2 generators need 100 cubic meters? Or?
No, it's 50 each. 50 each.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because do you need to then have 100 pumping just in general?
Shouldn't do. I had before when I just had 50 as a coming out. I just need to get back into my.
So hang on, turn around. That power thing didn't look hooked up.
I haven't hooked it up. So that's that pole there, that very last pole.
Yeah.
Is the pole from the other grid I have. So I'm going to leave that out for the time being.
Okay.
I just want to see how far, like we've gone. I'm going to check these pipes as we go along back to the main area.
And I've still got this Chrome window open, and like the 4th link down, water extracted from the official Satisfactory wiki. Sometimes it can be difficult to place the water extracted down due to the depth of the water and the view angle.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that makes some sense. What we were saying.
So it seems to be the depth of the water that's affecting the usability of the extractor.
So we'll just.
So why is that pump there?
So it's not pumping. See the red light above it? It's not got power.
Yeah.
That's not got power. Let's have a look at what's in the pipe. So there's no water in the pipe there. See? No flow.
Okay.
No flow. So
does that mean you need to hook power up to that pump?
I've been shot at. Oh my God! It's been shooting at me. That thing. Yeah, I need to get power.
Power.
I need to get power. So what I might do.
Because nothing you've got down there is linked to the base station down the bottom, so it's pumping basically for nothing.
So the problem is if I actually connect it up to the main grid, it'll basically completely crap itself out because it'll overload.
Oh.
So I actually need to come back up here a little bit.
So where's your other grid pop?
Well, the grid all comes from the other section where the generators were. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up to here, and I'm going to get to this one. And what I might do is I might just get out here and kill that line there. Ah, shit.
Ah!
No,
You didn't put the handbrake on.
I didn't stop properly. This is going to be a bugger. Hopefully it'll just keep on going. Hopefully the other people won't.
Oh man, if he hits that pipe and knocks the pipe out, that'll be really funny.
So you can see I'm just picking up leaves here because leaves are one of the.
It at least hit something.
Yep, hit something and bounced over here. Things behind me. Yeah, go away.
He wants to say hello.
He wants to say hello. I hope he doesn't.
Hello, friend.
Oh, he doesn't follow
Come
me.
and pat me.
Oh goodness, definitely not. Good. All right, so now I've cut these sets of poles off from the main grid. We should now be able to join.
Because you're not powering that pump, would that mean that the water's not getting back to the coal?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just now join that pole to there. And that should mean, so let's just double check to make sure that we've still got pumped water coming through here. No, now the water stopped here. So let's go back and see if we've got water pumping over here now. Have we got water in there? Okay, so we've got water there, but it's dropping
It's fallen
rapidly.
off.
It's dropping rather rapidly. Let's see we're there. Okay, so that's going. So I reckon what I need is I need a pump here
Yeah.
to get it pumping down the further down the train. So we're going to
Because,
logistics.
I mean, that's a bloody long pipe to really not have any sort of pump on it.
Yeah. So the direction arrow. Oops! I just fell off the bloody platform. Damn it. So go here.
Can you put little ladders along the side of those parts?
Yeah, you can. You can build these things. I haven't got it selected. Yeah, these things,
Okay.
which allows you to get, which actually are supports. You can actually make. You have sort of multi-layered pipe sort of things. I said I was going to build it there, didn't I? So let me just get a bit
Yeah,
more space.
about here, about
there.
here.
So let's just do pipeline pump. Got the wrong direction, so do that and do that, and then we need to power it. Chunk. You can see it's pumping like crazy. A little
Yep.
there.
So if you go further up the pipe now.
Oh, look at that now.
Whoa!
Whoa, that's a big difference there. Wow, okay. So let's go further up the tray here and see.
So that'll partly be some of the problem as well, because you didn't have a pump from where you were
Yeah,
up until like
yeah,
that's a decent length up the pipe, so maybe it just sort of fell off.
just fell off and just ran out
Because it
of
just lost pressure up the
hill.
thing.
Yeah. So that's now.
Yeah,
running
there's like no pressure here.
So let's put
Because
another.
it's now trying to come out of the water up a hill, but you
Yeah.
haven't got any mechanism to pump it.
So let's put another pump right in here. Actually, just see how much water's in here first. Yeah, that's got a good number of flow in it. So let's put the pump there. And we'll power line that to that one. And look at that now pumping crazy. Look at that go. And whoa, look at that. God, that's nearly going to max it out at
So-
300. Yeah.
If you run up to roughly where you had the other pump further up the line, not that one, that way.
That way, yep.
Yeah.
So I suspect we'll probably start.
Because you might just need to be putting a shitload of pumps all over along the
Yeah,
line.
probably on the line. I reckon we'll
Because it's
put
just not maintaining water pressure.
the pressure as it goes up there.
And look at like the nature of the hill you're trying to run the pipes up.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep, steep hill.
So it's going.
You can chuck a pump there,
chuck
really.
it up
it'd be
there.
really-
Yeah. So where was the last?
I mean, what sort of material usage?
I've got heaps of it. So
Pump light.
it's there.
Oh, you got light,
This is
but-
going to be is power because they take 4
Yeah.
megawatts, and I've only got 60 at the moment. So if I can
But
get,
if you run this, get this eventually back to your power plant, right? And you're
yeah,
powering
yeah,
those
that's
small
exactly right.
plants
So
on,
get back to the main area, then I can get the generator
Yeah.
back online, and I'm
you just
good
run
to
the
go.
grids the whole way down, and you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. So it seems here that it says applies 20 pressure, allowing a 20-meter vertical rise of fluids. So maybe that's the issue. It's sort of maybe
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no, I don't really know what it means because it's sort of implying sort of meters, but I don't really know. So what's this? If I come into here, head lift 15.2. Okay, maybe that's what it's saying. Can only push it uphill 15 meters.
Well, even like go back to that, and it's not really pumping much water through now,
No, because it's probably doesn't sort of need to.
or it's tapped out. Yeah, it's tapping out at 50.
Because it can go for 300, so I'm not too sure what would be stopped.
Maybe
Come
it
on.
needs to generate more water.
Yeah.
Can you feed more? Can you feed pipes from more other collectors into that existing pipe? So instead of running
Yes.
3 pipes the whole way down,
Yeah, so what I would do is I could feed 3 extractors into one pipe.
yeah, check that one.
So that's still
So that's sort of evened out,
that's going at 50 now. So maybe the issue is that that's not producing that much.
or it's not even an issue. It's just sort of evening out
Yeah, maybe that's the most it can sort of
because
do.
realistically, it's not going anywhere
Yeah, maybe true. Yeah, so if I was to
because
get
the pumps aren't going as nuts because it's sort of
yeah, so
flat.
the pressure's not it can't go any harder.
Well,
Can't go any,
it's not maintaining the pressure,
yeah, so it can't go any
and
far.
in
It
order
can't go
to
any
avoid
yeah. So if I put
overflow,
another pump in up here, then we might get more pressure down the pipes back down the beginning of it area. Yeah,
I would say basically right here,
yeah. So
maybe even a second one in the middle of that hill.
let's have a look at what we've got through here. That's not going too bad. 50 there. So it's not
Yeah.
too far from there. I'm going to put it just in front of this, literally in front of this pole
Yeah.
here, this power
I
pole.
would say that's probably a good idea.
do that, and we'll pump that there. And join him up to that, and let's see what he starts doing. Yeah, he's doing some amount of stuff. There we go.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working that hard, although the flow rate's cranked.
Yeah.
So what's the flow rate then if you go further
Yeah,
down?
so if I go back down here, what does the flow rate say? The pumps are still moving.
Because that pump's working, seems like it's working way harder than the one at the top is.
So that was at 100 now.
It's evening out now.
Now it's stopped again. We got a lost power? No, we haven't. Why is that not doing anything? Why is it just stopped?
Around.
Oh, no, it's back up again. That was weird.
It's could you have siphoned off too much power?
Possible. Let's have a look. No, so the currently capacity of these two guys is 60 and it's running 40, so there's another 20 megawatts of left.
Well, what I'm saying is it's only putting out 40 and you're using 40. It's not actually putting out 60.
No, it's putting out 60. That's what the capacity is, see? 60 meg capacity.
But then production's only 40.
No, but consumption is 40, so it's got capacity of...
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's only putting out 40, but it's got 30 each, 30 megawatts and 30. So it should be doing 60, so I think...
Shouldn't it be putting up to 60?
Yeah, I think...
Because it shouldn't be cutting off at 40 then.
Now it's just dropped, look at that. So something has just stopped. I'd say the bloody thing stopped.
Well, the pump's kicking now.
That's going 100, so is that still running? Or is that stopped?
Looks good. Well, that you can't tell. No, actually, if you turn the camera the right way, you can see it spinning.
You can see it spinning, so it's definitely running still. So let me just...
And the flow's not great.
Wait a second, I'm not even swimming here. I'm still walking. So maybe this isn't very deep either.
Well, like, if it wasn't deep enough, you wouldn't have had it pumping as like 100. See, now it's spinning back up again.
Yeah.
And it's like spinning hard now.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's still not deep enough.
See, like, just off to the right. See how you got like some little leafy looking things there?
Yeah.
It looks like a sort of sinkhole almost. That's probably where it gets deeper.
Yeah.
See, that's almost like the sort of thing, that's a waterfall.
Yeah.
So you'd sort of hydroelectric plant it. Oh, that doesn't look like it'd go very well for down there.
No. So maybe this place just isn't very deep. Maybe that's the problem.
I would say that, well, I mean, it's doing the job. It's still spinning.
Yeah, so it's just not pumping as much.
It's not like it's seized at any point.
Yeah, like it hasn't
dropped real quick before.
Yeah, like it hasn't stopped like it was doing before. So it's probably...
It's just slowing up and slowing down, like spinning up and then spinning down again.
Yeah, so maybe
it's probably just getting to a point where the water's getting through, but it's not getting through anywhere else. It's just stopping at a point.
Yeah.
And then the production's like, well, you clearly don't need it, so it just spins down.
Yeah. So that's still going 80 odd there, so that's still good.
Yeah. So if you check further up the pipe,
Check further up and
it's
see
still
how we...
kicking at about 40 to 80.
So that's pumping like crazy there.
That's still doing some.
That's doing enough. That's doing 50s. That's alright. Let's check this pipe here. That's doing 40 odd. That's okay still.
So, but this one was barely doing anything when you first put it in.
Yeah, so now it's doing... Yeah, so maybe it's just... Yeah, maybe just a little while for the...
Would you...
Maybe it takes a while.
Like,
maybe...
Obviously, you need to put some more pumps in further along the line.
Yeah, for sure.
But then if you put one about halfway up that hill...
So that pump there's going crazy. So like that pump there's going nuts. That one there.
Yeah, I was going to say...
This one here's not doing much.
But the other one back further wasn't doing much, even when it was kicking like 100.
It's just... That's also now not powered.
It's also not powered now.
Yeah, I think I suspect that my generators have run out of biofuel and they've just completely shut down. So I think what I might do, if I get the power going and get them going, I might put a pump right at that little dip there.
That's what yeah.
And then
you just like stack, like, even if it's not 100% effective from a material usage perspective, just stack the whole line with pumps, so it's just way more like efficient from a pumping perspective.
Yeah. So
that's what I always did with No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Okay. Just sort of over-engineered it basically in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily in the
and
back
shit,
of
I had a point where like when I was doing solar on my base on No Man's Sky, I put like 12 solar catches on the roof.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Straight up, didn't even need 2. So I had a massive surplus.
Yep. So this is the boring part of this where you sort of sit here and manufacture this stuff. So the back of the tractor's got its own craft bench built into it, which is really neat. So you can just build.
But obviously only for like use like consumable type items.
Well, no, everything. If you've got the materials, you can make it. So I can make everything I've got here. I can even make these things. As long as I've got the materials to make it, I can make it manually.
So can you put like a biomass sort of storage unit up here and just like dump a heap in there?
Yeah. So what I would do is I would actually make a biomass. What I could do if I needed to, I won't need to going forward. Hopefully, is you would build in production. You would go a constructor.
Yep.
And a constructor is basically one material in, one new thing out, basically.
Yeah.
So what I could actually then do is I could just have a storage locker on one side, just fill it with biomass material,
and then store it from the biomass storage unit
into the constructor to then make biofuel. Sadly, I can't then feed these more automatically. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So you've got to manually still feed them. That's the problem with it.
I mean, is it worth doing that now?
Maybe. I think if I just build it, give them enough, it'll probably last long enough. They've got enough time to build everything I need to do to get the pumps in line. So I think that's probably what I'll do. I've also got like several hundred, or I've got 12 biomass burners down the other section. So even if I power some of them up, I might be able to then power the pumps in one area just enough. So what I'm going to do is build this up to 100. And then we'll cut this off, and then we'll just basically go 50 and 100. And we'll put 50 in that one, and then we should be able to do that.
But didn't you just say that you got other biomass burners elsewhere that aren't being used?
Yeah, so back in the main area, I've got 12 of them sitting there.
Oh, but you've got the coal power point, so they're not going to be needed.
Yes, the idea I had them turned off because I was going to. I've now ran out. I need to put more power into here. So I basically sort of unconnected them and removed all power from them or fuel from them because I had the generators running fine.
Yeah.
And then the water stopped functioning.
It's now pumping again.
Yeah. So that's pumping a little bit. How much is that pumping? Not much. But the flow is okay. It's okay. Now, the biggest problem we're going to have...
I'd say that little notch you got right there where it sort of flows from the...
So the problem's going to be is right next to where it is. You can see it to my right.
Yeah, there's a big bastard of a...
There's 3 creatures all sitting there. The minute they see me, they'll start charging at me. You stop barking? Good.
So you just hit him with a preemptive strike and hope for the best.
Yep. I think that's a bit of a bug too, because it should be actually charging me. These things charge you.
Oh, he's actually on the pipe.
He's actually on the pipe, yeah. I
don't think he can charge you because he's stuck on the pipe.
Yeah. I don't even think the hits are registering either.
No, I think I... Oh.
That one charges me.
Oh, hello. He's like, what up, homie?
Nailed it. So that one's a big one.
Well, he just did like some sort of concussive blast.
Yeah, so these guys are like... These guys here in front of me are little versions of that guy.
So how many of the big ones... How many shots do the big ones normally take?
Normally he takes 3, maybe 4.
Maybe you just need to get a bit closer and you're not
maybe.
actually hitting.
Whereabouts is that thing? I need to pick up that. We've also got this little guy, which is a sort of a zapper thing.
So that thing obviously clearly doesn't have any projectiles outside of that concussive blast.
No. There he goes.
There you go. So is that dead now or not?
Yeah, he's basically dead, and I can pick up his... Somewhere he'll have dropped.
I don't think he's actually dead.
No, he is.
Shoot it!
Oh, maybe he's just stunned or something.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe that's all they are. No.
Because I mean, you said it's a stun. It's basically a stun prod. So cattle prods don't kill. Cattle prods just stun.
In fact, it's already the body's completely disappeared already.
Oh.
Weird.
I was gonna say you pull out a chainsaw. Hey, why not?
How do I get to that? There we go. So
Like that.
what have we got there? So that's going 49. So there's two more.
That one's like
That was
cranky.
pumping crazy, but see what it's actually got pumping through it. I'm still tempted, just for the sake of what we're doing, just to put a pump right.
I was gonna say before you put that one in, maybe just see how the other one's working. But
Let's see. Oh, that's pumping. Whoa, 300 nearly. Alright. Let's get into here. Oh, pipe. I'll just go right to the top now and just see if that top pump's got enough going through it. So if I stop here, that pump is doing a decent amount of...
pump is working.
Doing a bit of working. It's pumping enough for what I need.
Chuck another one further down the line.
I might just... So these ones aren't
Yep, good
powered.
job.
These powered.
So is that one doing anything?
These aren't powered, so that's the thing. They're connected to the other grid, and they've got water going through them. So I think it might be okay. Oh, serpentine, serving.
But if the pumps aren't pumping, is the water getting through?
Well, I think they are. I think at some point gravity takes control because I've not put any pumps at all down this whole
Maybe just
section.
check one of these pipe sections.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go down here a bit and then I'll pause.
Ha! Or you just run into your own damn
Running
pipe.
on a pipe. Yeah. Yes, you've still got 47 flying, so that's actually not too bad.
That's not going to be enough to get your pole station on.
No, because it does. Because all I had at one point was 50 tops, and I had 4 of them going, so it does seem to work. You'd still think the maths would say if you've got 4 generators needing 4 each, 450 each, you need 200, but it doesn't work that
That's
way.
what I'm saying. That was my thought.
It doesn't seem to function that way. So it just seems to see now
Well,
they're
there
going.
seems to be smoke coming out of those smokestacks.
Yeah, so now they've got some air there. So yeah, so there's
And that pump's cranking.
That pump's cranking. So let's just jump out here and just see what we've got through here. That's going 46. This is some sort of buffer thing I built. I don't know if I actually need it anymore, but so it's got fill rate and a drain rate, so it's actually ahead of itself.
So the buffer's kind of like a storage.
Yeah, it's like a storage thing for water. So
Yeah.
I put it in when I first built these things just to, because I thought I needed to put it there to sort of store some water before I got everything going down here. So that's up and
So
down.
if you chuck the pump there,
Chopper pump there. Let's see if that's one of them.
There you go.
Gee whiz, alright, that's really flowing.
so then you should be able to connect everything else down the line to this grid you've got here.
Yeah, so this should now have enough coming into it. Because I've got another pump. I think I put a pump. I think I put a pump somewhere between on this line here as well for the same reason. Where did I put it? Maybe it's between these two. Yeah, there's another pump there. So
Yeah.
that should be pumping a lot as well. Head lift is exceeding recommended level. Oh, okay, that's new. Maybe I don't need a pump there. Maybe I'm not going to. I might just remove that.
What's head lift?
I think head lift is the amount of pressure it can push up.
Well, it's currently maxing out the amount in the pipe, but the flow rate's shit.
Yeah, now the flow rate.
Oh, hang on.
Now it's sort of picking up a bit. So what's coming to here? So that's got enough pumping. So let's check this back one. Alright, that's got enough. You now see my capacity is now way up at 300 megawatts because each one of these is 75 each.
So why doesn't it output at capacity, or does it only output what it needs?
I'm not 100% sure, and it may well be that it's a bug in the thing that it doesn't necessary display.
Because if you go back, if you look at the actual pipes though, they don't need any more in them.
No, because they've got 300. Yeah, no, they've got 41.7, so they only.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The amount that's in the pipe, it doesn't need to flow anymore.
Yeah, so they just flows occasionally just to keep it full, and then stops. Yeah.
Because the smoke coming out of the coal stacks.
Oh, they're definitely going, because
you could go back down that line and just hook everything else up to this grid.
Yeah, and I should be
right. Hopefully, be a little bit more, not necessarily. Why have you got that end piece then?
Because I thought I was going to go up to there at one point, so I'm going to leaving that like that because I might end up putting stuff up there. I'm not too sure yet.
So what else is there to look at in this thing?
Well, the main thing I was actually going to do is now that I've done that, I'll join up these two. I'll join this power grid back up, so it's all on the one grid. Then I think I'll build 2 more power generators.
The water. The coal.
The coal generators. I think I'll build 2 more of them. Because then what I really want to do is I want to get rid of all those biomass burners that I built, because I just don't need them if I've got enough coal generation.
And like if you hook up the stuff down the end of this pipe to this grid, then power all were those poles connected?
Yeah, those poles are all connected.
Alright, so this is all connected until we get a bit further down.
Yeah, it's all connected until we get a bit further. I think almost where I turn in to start going downhill is when I broke the connection before.
Yeah.
You can go onto each of the poles and see what's going through them. That's actually off. They were connected.
So there's no power there.
Why is there no power there? Why is there no power? No power. I need to build one of these so I can get over the top of these things.
What is that going to do?
Hopefully allow me to get over the top of these pipes. So I can actually get on the other side of them.
Oh, right.
That's the problem I've got, is you can't jump over the pipes.
There you go.
I want to go look at one of these power poles to see what it's got. So there's no capacity, so that means that the generators have stopped working.
Or that there's something with the power poles further along.
Yeah, let's have a look. No, the 4 generators have stopped, see? They're not running.
Yeah.
Weird. This is what's sort of really been frustrating. And obviously I understand to early access build and that kind of stuff, so these sort of things sort of...
Could the biomass generators have just run out?
That's possible, and that's maybe why it's happened. So I think it's possible that they've run out of...
if they've run out of biomass, it's clear they're not going to run any goddamn...
Yeah, so the water will stop pumping together. So that's probably what may have happened. That's one of those chicken and egg things, as I've sort of said before.
Yeah.
Oh, there's power to these guys.
So maybe
so there's power to here, so it's not this end.
So if you start hooking power back up on the way, I don't know.
Let's just have a quick look at here. Yep, that doesn't go. So it's got 50, so there's definitely... What was the capacity? So it's almost at capacity, so that's not a problem. So I'm wondering now if maybe I should just put these 2 together.
Maybe that's the problem.
Now the problem is going to be if I do that, it'll be on the other grid. It'll connect those 2 up to the other grid, and then the 2 biomass burners down below will get overloaded and they'll turn off.
Can you just chuck a coal one down where the biomass burners are, so it's literally right next to the water?
The problem is that I have to get coal to it.
Right. Yeah,
I've actually got to feed coal to it, and I've got heaps of it, but I have to then build a massive conveyor belt to get that there.
Is now the time to pull the trigger on putting the constructor, so you just run the biomass in and out?
Yeah, exactly. So if I do that, I suspect... Okay, they've actually kept on going. I would have expected that to.
Because you're running them off, but you haven't broken them off the thing yet. You haven't broken it off the existing power grid. You still got it on the old grid and the new one.
So maybe now they've done that. Other pumps are pumping enough, and maybe the generator will fire back up again. Who knows? These are pumping a little bit, aren't they? That one's pumping.
Yeah, it's getting power.
We're getting power.
That one's got power. Power.
Oh. Let's just stop. God, that's really irritating.
There's one way to stop it, bro.
What are the generators doing? I don't know if they're doing anything. I look forward to being able to build one of those hypertubes and just hypertube from one area to the next, rather than have to do this driving. Now the generators are back up and going again, so they're all firing up again. And that pump there is going absolutely, well, it's pumping as it's needed to. Let's have a look at what's inside there. But it's full, as you say, so it doesn't need to flow that much. So you've got, that's full, that pipe. What's that generator? It's doing a little bit of pumping. So it's doing a little bit of pumping.
I mean, they're clearly working.
Yeah, they're clearly going, and that's obviously chuckers with water. And that's got its full capacity. The bottom left-hand corner says that much water's got in it. Current amount in building 50.
Yeah.
So it's obviously got enough in there to function. So I think. That's
mean, as soon as you linked it to this grid,
the
rest of them weren't lit up.
Yeah, it then powered the rest of them up and away it went.
So it's not just being powered by this power joint, it's being powered down the other end by the other power grid you've got too.
So now we've got 300 capacity there, so that's really good. Alright. So, let's start...
Like, if you run out of power from the biomass side, then then it might be an issue.
Yeah, but hopefully I can build enough generators. I've obviously got enough generators to keep going, so... Alright, let's build the next... I'm going to build one more generator. So... Build the generator. Power. Coal. I think I've got enough money to do it. Yep, I do. Make it the right way. Now, is that spacing good for you?
No, it needs to be closer, because you got the first three real close together. Hang on, go back to your other three.
It needs to be there, doesn't it, to make it match that one?
No, because then you want like the groupings of three.
But that is the first of the three ones there, so there's three there.
Go to the other three.
Oh.
Go down and you'll see how the pathways are a little bit tighter.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, whereas this one's like almost a full tile between them.
Yeah, but
so if you put it basically on the corner of this one.
Okay, you're looking at the distance, not the gap between the two. I see. See, for my OCD says I need to put it there.
No, I would say, but put it so
you're
the
saying
corner of the generator is on the corner of that plate you're standing on.
So
that would then have it to be 3 sets of 3, or at least 2. It's the beginnings of a second set of 3, where you've got the same sort of spacing between the second set of 3 as you do the first set of 3.
So I reckon you can put it here.
So basically that.
So you reckon there? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Bit. So now this is where the fun begins, because I now need to feed water to it. So then I need to get rid of my stackable pole there. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because I've got to put a splitter in there, because I need to split the pipe. And then I've got to split it to make sure it actually lines up with the water intake. It doesn't give any indication that it's actually lining up properly, and it's really...
Hang on, slide that further along, but keep looking at... So you've got both the pipe and the power, the power thing.
No, this is what I've generally done in the past, is I've just literally done a 180.
Yeah, that'll work too.
So you can see it's right sort of on line with this bit here. So I'm just going to basically put it right there. So I'll go 7. Just move that one, and that should go. Oh. Looks right to me, I think. And there you go, it's starting to fill up with water already.
There's no power connection.
There's no connection to the grid, but I also need to feed coal to it, and coal is going to be the funnier thing to do, because lining this stuff up with this is can be an absolute nightmare.
Right, so how have you got these ones connected? What are these connected? What's the other part connected to?
So the coal, these
okay.
conveyor belts are a bit of a pain to line
okay.
up properly. So what I need to do is first thing I need to do is build a stackable conveyor belt stacker. So this allows me to go above here. The green line tells me where Matt's design lines up with. So I'm just going to put it roughly there. Then you put another one on top. Another one on top. That should now match that height. Now we do a Mark 3 conveyor belt. And it does snap to that there. Hopefully it'll snap to that. There we go. Now, so you can see that's now put the coal just run on the conveyor belt until it can't go any further. Now I need to get back here a bit. Get on top of this guy. Okay. So now we do a splitter, which is basically one of these guys. And I've got to put this is the hard bit, because it won't necessarily tell me that it lines up.
You can do it from underneath?
This sort of can, but then I can't actually see on the other side of that. So where's that? So it's right there. So let's try and do splitter is 7. Let's try doing that. Right, we'll see how that goes. Now what I need to do is build. How does that look? Yeah, pretty close. We'll see. Now we do one of these called conveyor belt thingies, and you put the attachment there, and you go up, and then you spin it around so it goes out. When it works, it does that. Beautiful. There's the coal flying in. And now the only problem I now need to do is put a power line from this generator into the grid, and then it'll start working.
You already got a power line sorted?
No, it's actually going to the back one beside it. It's yep, that'll do. Now it's firing up, and there we go. We've added another one to it, so now we've got 375.
Build the third one.
Build the next one. All right. Let's go back over here so we can see our gap. So I reckon maybe on line with this line through there.
Go back to the other one. Yeah, there.
So it's maybe a bit further. Okay, so it's
a little bit further.
So maybe it needs to go roughly
where the line on the second row is on the tiling is.
So here.
No.
Through there. So I'll put
it's hard to point at. It's not working.
Yeah, I'll put it down on the ground, and then you can tell me how to move it. Oh, I can't afford it. I need to get more. So would it roughly be there?
Touch further. There.
There. All right, I'll build it there. So what I need cable 12. All right, where have we got cable? We've got cable at the back somewhere, I think.
Or you just build small.
Okay, so why is my little jump pad not working? I've not got it powered up, do I? Why is that?
You haven't got it connected there.
I might not have it connected to the main grid, did I? Oh, that's right, I disconnected it all from the main grid at one point. So I might just very quickly, this little jump pad's really, really useful. Oh, it's a pole right there. Dunk. This basically little jump pad goes whee! So I think I've got.
That's not powered either.
No, this is the hub. You can actually power things from the hub, but it doesn't. It's got its own generator, so it can't be connecting to the grid. Let me just check. I think I've probably got heaps of cable in these little storage boxes. Let me check. Nope, not in that one. There we go. 55 cable. That will do.
You'd build another one of those spring things down here.
Yeah, I probably do need
the
to.
hub down here.
Yeah. So I think we decided we were going to build it there.
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 Yep.
Cool. All right. So what do I actually do? So can't build another cable there. Can I join it to that? No, it's got each power pole can only take 4 connections total.
Yeah.
So I've actually got to build another power pole somewhere and join it together. So I actually have to.
No, that one's still got another one you can put on. Not that one. Turn right.
No,
that one's still got another one.
No, it's got 4. It's got one going back
yeah,
down.
No, you're right.
So I'm actually going to need to build a 4th pole here in the middle. Which the problem is going to be is when I do this, it's going to break the grid very briefly. So we'll just have to be very quick when we do this. I really sometimes get really. Oops, I missed that. There we go. Whee. So put a pole there. We'll go join that to that, and then that to that. Hopefully, give me 9 on that. There you go. You got. Yep. All right. Cool. All right. Now, so I need to put in another. Have I got that in the wrong spot? I think I probably do.
No. Seems like you're right.
Is that lining up with something? Am I going to have to build something where that is?
Oh, maybe.
Yes, I have. Alright,
yes.
So I have to move that. So let's move the stackable pole stuff to... Yep, 6 to there. Ah, don't have concrete. Bloody hell. There's a lot of what this game is. You end up starting, I haven't got enough of this. You've got to run back to where you've got it all being stored or something. So luckily,
that's why you need to have another one of those springs up here.
Yeah, so luckily I've got an absolute bucket load of concrete, so that won't be a problem at all. Right. There is fall damage, but I haven't figured out what the height is where it actually kicks in. I've had it happen a couple of times, and but other times I thought it should hurt me, but it hasn't. So, alright, so I think 0 is going to be Mark 3. 3 to there. Yeah, if I delete that, is that going to make that? I should just keep on going, sure. Yep, cool. Okay. Alright, on that line, so there. Pipeline. Why can't I aim that thing? Valid aim location.
Huh.
That's weird. It's like I can't put it where that joint is.
Because, yeah, that joint.
That's odd. I'm just going to do that.
There you go.
Oh, that's kind of weird. The fact you just remove a joint like that. Okay.
Why would you?
Wrong button. One across. Okay, what am I encroaching on there that it won't let me build this?
The clearance on the other part?
I don't know what that's worried about. What is that encroaching? What is that encroaching on that it's...
Probably that.
Maybe it's that. No, that's ways away from it. Let's check what I'm lining up with. Lining up with that line on there. That got one. Why won't it let me build there? Tell you what, I'm going to have to very quickly do this. It's going to be causing a massive amount of grief, but we'll have to do this. Hopefully now with doing that, it will now let me... Yeah, that's...
Why the hell did you have to do that?
I have no idea, if I'm honest. I think it may have been that even though I removed that joint, you probably thought it was still there. That's what that's my gut feel. So I'm going to do that. Now we need to... Where's the thing I'm joining up with?
Basically right there, right on
that joint.
Right, that's the same.
So we'll go to 7. Do that. There we go. So, but I really wish you had enough jump just to get over those pipes. Alright, so now we'll go grab the conveyor belt Mark 3. Do that, and done. Do that. Got coal flying in, got bunches of water.
Now you just need to hook it up to that new power pole you did, and then you should be fine.
Good to go. Do that, do that. And away he goes. So now we should have 400 megawatts of capacity total in the grid now.
So what was the purpose of doing this again? I can't remember.
So what I want to do is I want to get rid of all of these biomass burners. See, I've built these 12 of them here.
Yeah.
Get rid of all them. Redo my power grid so I've got the grid up the back area also off the main grid. And then I'm going to build another miner here. Just here.
Christ.
And do some more stuff there with that. Then I also want to grab the coal that I've got coming in, because I've got so much coal it doesn't really matter. So much coal being produced. So where's my tractor? I'll go show you where I've got this coal coming in from. Over here. Because what I need to do is I need to start steel production so I can start automating the construction of the industrial beam thingies that I've got to build for the next phase. So I don't really fancy sitting here holding down the craft button for the next however long it's going to take me. That really over-near bridge that I did.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So we can climb over that.
It'd be way cooler if it was a little jump though.
Yeah, I might do that.
Jump over the pipe.
Bob over the pipe, yeah. So, got all this way over here. So I've got this, see, this is all coal conveyor belt here.
Yeah.
It just goes on over here. Over here.
Man, this just all looks so complicated.
It is, gets a bit full on, but it does. Whoa!
Oh.
That's a first.
See, it found the little seam in the...
Oh god, the bloody enemies are back here. God damn it, why do they keep coming back? Alright, what have I got in terms of... Yep, I've probably got enough to take them out. Where are they? There he is. That's a bad shot. Yeah, we'll get up here. Reload. There we go, he's down. And that one seems to be stuck on my tractor, which is useful. Whoa!
Not so trapped, you can't shoot, you know.
No. Right, and he's down. Where's that other dead one? There it is. Right. So this is pure coal as well. So each deposit has a sort of a value to it, and the value or the purity of it goes from impure, normal, and pure. Dictates how much you can extract per minute based on the miner.
Yeah.
So this is
sort of the
Yeah, so this is doing 100 and this does 120.
But that also has no power.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I don't need it really
Oh.
to be even doing anything because I've got all that in there.
Okay.
I think I may have even, and then in here I've got, this is where I've got the steel beams. I think in here. Yep. So I've got 100 beams in there. So I'm just going to grab that. Oh Jesus Christ! Where'd you come from?
Ha! You're about to die.
Oh wow, I am too. Let's go into my menu. I've got one of these things. This will fuel me. Oh,
Alright, so is there anything else you want to show off on this thing, or are we basically done checking out Satisfactory?
I think we are. I've now figured out water. I think. I think it seems.
This whole process was useful. Hooray!
Hey, we learned something today. No, I think it's going good. I think we'll we'll check it in every now and then. I'll build this thing up. I do not want to get off that.
Ha! My tractor.
Yeah, so I'll build this up. I've got more things I want to do. What I want to do is get the coal out of here and just get it back up the other end there. And then moving my steel production to my main area rather than having it down here because I don't need it down here. So yeah, that's the main plan. So but where all those generators are, that's where I'll put. I think I may have actually stopped. I think I may have actually, when I had all that problem with the water and the power before, I think I cut this part of the grid off from the rest of it. So I think somewhere in here there's a power pole that I need to reconnect. I think the last two aren't connected. I think there we go. That's where I cut it off there. So I'll just get out
reconnected, bro.
Reconnect him. Go from 2 to there. And now a bit of consumption now, production. So 450. So there we go. Yeah, so basically all through here I want to build more steel production in here.
Jesus Christ.
Just to move it back where it was, because it's just out of the way, too far out of the way.
God damn.
Like even this was an engineering. Look at that stuff. You got to go up and down and come over the top and stuff. It comes out of there.
That's what I'm saying, man. They just do my nuts in.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying how just figuring this stuff out. But I think, as I mentioned on the podcast a couple of times, this is my filler game until Ori and the Will of the Wisps comes out in about
next week, the 11th of March.
11th of March. So
because it depends on when this thing goes up.
Yeah, so when this goes up, this might we stop playing. This might end, or either.
Nah, I doubt it.
I'll come back to this game because it is. I'm enjoying doing this kind of stuff. So
yeah,
and the progression's okay. I mean, I'm not really don't like the combat, but I'm avoid as much as I can.
Combat's sort of few and far between.
Yeah, so
few and far between anyway. So
yeah, exactly. So
all right,
cool. Thank you very much, Steve.
Well,
we'll
thank you, Graham, for helping us check out Satisfactory.
Mm-hmm.
And we will check back in on Satisfactory in a few, I don't know, some period of time. Who knows when?
In the future.
Yep. Oh, hello, do it! Do it!
See, 4 damage. Did it?
That's really disappointing.
Yeah, so there is 4 damage. I just don't know what height it kicks in.
Yeah, that was a disappointing children's birthday party because that really didn't do anything.
Mm.
All right then. Thanks, Graham.
See you, mate. Bye.
Bye.